This is James Arnold Taylor, and you're listening to Coffee with Kenobi. I have a good feeling about this.
Everybody, welcome to Coffee with Kenobi. I am your host, Mr. Zehr to my students, but to Dan Zehr to all of you. And it's great to see all of you. I'm delighted to talk Star Wars with each and every one of you. Have you had a good time with Steaming to Star Wars so far? This is the interactive part of the program where I have to hear from you because it is an audio podcast. Is everybody having a good time with Steaming to Star Wars? Yes. Well, I am glad to hear it. So, we've been doing Coffee with Kenobi since May of 2013. We have over 700 shows. It's been quite a ride, and I've gotten to know so many amazing Star Wars fans over the years. And John, since you're up here, he's actually helping me do some audio stuff. I'm going to actually ask John a couple of questions about Star Wars. John has the podcast, the Hyperion Hub. John, welcome back to the show. Have you been on a live show with me before?
I haven't, and I'm so nervous. I didn't know you were going to ask me to do anything.
Are you really nervous? Oh, I was going to say, you're practically my twin. I don't think you are. All right, so when you hear the word Star Wars, what memories kind of spring to mind for you?
Obviously, I think of family. Star Wars, the stories in general are about family, but I think of I've seen every single movie in the theater. I'm that old. I think of best friends. I think of people that I grew up with. I have a grown-up best friend whom I've known since before I turned 1, right? Our parents were good friends. And within the last 5 years, he found out of all my Kenner toys, I never had Jabba the Hutt. So he actually bought me Jabba the Hutt. And we're almost 50 years old. So I think of friends and family.
I love it. So I'd like to hear from several of you, too, about kind of what Star Wars means to you. So I've got a spare chair over here. We're going to play some Star Wars trivia. We've got a lot of prizes to choose from. But I'm going to ask a couple of people to come up here and talk to me and talk to all of us about when you hear the word Star Wars, what it actually means to you. Who wants to come up first? This is your chance to be on Coffee with Kenobi. Come on up. I won't call on you. I mean, if you're in my class, I would definitely call on you, and you wouldn't really have a choice. All right, we've got a guest. Come on up. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So go ahead and share your name and tell us what you think about when you hear the word Star Wars. What does it mean to you?
My name is Darren, and Star Wars really means to me a lot of things. Since I have seen, just like he said, they saw all the movies in the theater. I have done that also. And it's a lot of things that being able to experience it all firsthand and then having your own kids and seeing them experience it is really something.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, and you're also a regular on the CWK Live, so I very much appreciate you. And you've liked Star Wars so much that you've incorporated your family into the whole experience.
Oh, yes, I try to, as my kids enjoy Star Wars also.
That's just good parenting. Thank you so much, Darren.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Anybody else want to come up here and share kind of what Star Wars means to them? I see a volunteer pointing at other people. I don't know. Or do you just want to play Star Wars trivia? Oh, we got somebody. Come on down. I can tell the Force is strong in your family. I know it's for a fact. Please introduce yourself and share what Star Wars means to you.
My name is Adam, and Star Wars really means like family because my dad really introduced it to me, and it's just really nice, and I really like the story behind Star Wars.
Very well. Hey, thank you so much for being here. Excellent. All right, anybody else? Last chance. We're going to play some Star Wars trivia. All right. Okay, so here's how this works. I've got a number of prizes up here, but you have to answer the question correctly, and then you can pick any prize that you want. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 10 prizes. All right. Who wants to play some trivia? Come on down. Oh, yeah, come on down. This young man looks suspiciously like me. I don't know if it's fair. This is Mason Zehr.
Hello.
Mason, is it fair for you to win?
Well, if I answer the question correctly, yes.
Okay. That's a good answer. All right. So do you know all these questions? Did you see when I wrote them?
No, I forget.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to ask you a different question anyway.
Yay.
Okay. The question is, what year did Star Wars come out?
Oh, 1977.
He got it right, everybody. All right, you can pick one. Pick one. I knew you. All right, so it looks like Attack of the Clones is off the table. Good job, Mason's there. All right, who else would like to come up and win a prize? All right, please introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Anthony.
All right, Anthony, I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. How many times is the phrase, "I've got a bad feeling about this," said in the 11 existing Star Wars films? How many times is the phrase, "I've got a bad feeling about this," said in the 11 existing Star Wars films?
10.
10 is the answer. That is actually not correct, but it's close. We're going to ask a couple of people that question. Whoever's closest is going to get a chance. So you say 10. It's kind of a hard question. So how many times is "I've got a bad feeling about this" said in the 11 Star Wars films? And please share your name, too.
My name's Nick, and I think 12.
Okay, he says 12. 12 is the answer. That's what his answer is. You want to come down and guess, too?
My answer is 13.
Do you have a name?
Tony.
Did Mason tell you the answer? Oh, that is dark side mojo. You don't get to win. You're going to win. The answer is 13. 13 times I just said. Go ahead and pick any book. Congratulations. Cheaters never win, but it was entertaining. All right, pick whichever one you want. All right, who wants to come down here next and want to answer a question? What are these people in the front row? These look like a bunch of smart, intelligent people. Come on down. All right, let's do it. Please introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Tostin.
All right, Tostin, you look very familiar. It's like you're in my class or something. All right, so considering the phrase, "I've got a bad feeling about this," in all of the Star Wars films, who was the first person chronologically to say, "I've got a bad feeling about this" in one of the movies?
Chronologically?
Yeah, so like for an actual release, not canonically how they take place, but when they were actually first released.
Han Solo.
Han Solo is the guess. That is not correct. It is a very good guess. Should I give him a prize anyway? Yeah, all right. Go ahead and pick something out. Good job, Tossin. All right, anybody else want to take a chance? Who was the first person to say, "I've got a bad feeling about this"? Just call it out. Luke Skywalker is the answer. Luke Skywalker is the answer. All right, who wants to come down here and officially get a chance to win a prize? Let's do it. Everyone's so shy all of a sudden. I'd be up here like right away. Looks like Mrs. Gross maybe is excited to play. No? Okay. You did see this? Can I trust him? Yeah. All right. There's only one movie where the phrase, "I've got a bad feeling about this," is said twice. Only one movie where the phrase, "I've got a bad feeling about this," is said twice. What is that movie?
The Empire Strikes Back.
The answer is The Empire Strikes Back. That is not the correct answer. Anybody want to help him out? Yeah. Hey, it was a good guess. There's only one movie where the phrase, "I've got a bad feeling about this," is mentioned twice. What is that movie?
Was it A New Hope?
Yeah. First of all, who are you?
Aiden.
It was not A New Hope. That was a really good answer, too. You don't get the answer. You already got a prize. Anybody else? I guess we get. What's the only movie? Ty, come up here, dude. We've got our resident Aurebesh expert who is going to give us a guess. Oh, do you want to guess too?
Yeah. Is it The Return of the Jedi?
The answer is Return of the Jedi. Congratulations. You can pick out a prize. Ty, you can get the next one. Come on up here. There's all kinds of them to choose from. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. And one. Oh, first of all, introduce yourself.
I'm Ty G'day.
That one doesn't work. All right. Well, not really. Okay. So, Ty, I've got a bad feeling about this. We've clearly established, has been said 13 times. But in one of the movies, they say the opposite. In one of the movies, they say, I've got a really good feeling about this. In which movie is that line uttered?
I want to say The Empire Strikes Back.
Unfortunately, that is not correct. I am sorry, Ty. You can guess another time, though. You can guess another time. All right. Anybody else, Cheryl? Who in one movie? Come on down. It's the opposite is actually said. I've got a really good feeling about this. Where is that actually said? What movie is it the opposite? I've got a really good feeling about this. Please introduce yourself and answer the question.
My name is Caden, and Solo, was it?
Solo, a Star Wars story is correct. Nice job. Congratulations. You can pick out a prize here. We got several to choose from. Look at no one is clapping when someone wins. They're all bitter that they haven't won the prize. Is that what's going on? All right, who wants to come down and answer another question? Or would you rather I ask the question, somebody run up here and try to answer it? I feel like that's more fair. All right. The next question. What is the first sentence in the opening crawl of the original Star Wars? The first sentence in the opening crawl of the original Star Wars. What is that first sentence? Does anybody know the answer? It's iconic. You know, the words scroll up, very similar, reminiscent of the Flash Gordon serials of the 30s and 40s. But there's one sentence, the first sentence that comes up in the film. Do you know it?
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, that's not in the opening crawl. Oh, I feel bad. You're right, but you're not. Oh gosh, it's in the first three paragraphs. There's the first sentence in the first three paragraphs. Anybody know? You don't get a. Do you know? The first line. Oh, not in the opening crawl. Close. All right, anybody know? Just shout it out. It is a period of civil war, is the answer. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next one. What is the first line of dialogue in The Empire Strikes Back, and who says it? What is the first line of dialogue in The Empire Strikes Back, and who says it? I thought this would be easy. They're really not easy. All right, if you come up here and try to answer, you'll win a prize even if you get it wrong. The first line, you want to give yourself another chance? Darren? Yeah, come on down. The first line of dialogue in The Empire Strikes Back, and who says it? Do you know?
I really don't know.
Well, it is Luke Skywalker. And he's on his communicator, his wrist communicator when he says it.
I know at one point he says, "Han, old buddy." Yeah, but...
Yeah. Sure, come on up.
Echo 3 to Echo 7. Han, old buddy, do you read me?
That's it, Luke Skywalker. Boy, you have good parents. All right. So the next one we have, I feel like a lot of you are going to know this one. What is Emperor Palpatine's Sith name? What is Emperor Palpatine's Sith name? Come on up, sir. You got it?
Darth Sidious.
Darth Sidious is correct. Congratulations. Go ahead and pick out a prize.
I just love the confidence. He was looking towards the prize selection before he finished answering the question.
That's a very Michael Jordan thing to do. All right. How many Star Wars films did George Lucas direct? How many Star Wars films did George Lucas direct? Anyone know? How many Star Wars films did George Lucas direct? I see 6 has been put up here. What do you think?
4.
Did someone say next? You got to move seats. Did he? You guessed? Yeah. You really? Have you won a prize yet? No. Well, you're about to, little buddy. Pick yourself one out. All right. 4 is George Lucas directed 4 Star Wars films. They are the prequels plus the original Star Wars. Those are the 4 that he directed. All right. Here's an easy one, maybe. What color is Rey's lightsaber at the end of The Rise of Skywalker? What color is Rey's lightsaber at the end of The Rise of Skywalker? Have you won a prize yet? Okay.
Yellow.
Yellow is correct. Help yourself. All right, so all the prizes are spoken for, but we still got some questions left. All right, let's see. What type of starship is the Millennium Falcon? This is a super nerdy, esoteric question. You know? It's a YT-1300 Light Fighter is correct. All right, here's the last one, and this one is a doozy. In fact, all right, the question is, give the name and release date of every Star Wars film in release order. For example, Star Wars came out in 1977. Now you've got 10 more, so give me the order of the films and the years they came out. Let's go with the next one. What is the film that came out after Star Wars? Everybody can just yell it out? No, I said everybody can yell it out. What is the second film in the Star Wars trilogy? Very good. The Empire Strikes Back. Now, what year did The Empire Strikes Back come out? I hear 1980 or 1979 or 1980. Any other guesses? 1980 is correct. 1980 is correct. All right, what's the third film that was released in the Star Wars film? Return of the Jedi. What year did it come out? 1983 is correct. Very good. And then we had a bit of a gap. After Return of the Jedi, what was the next film? Phantom Menace. You know what year? 1999. Exactly. All right, then after the Phantom Menace, we had the next film in the Star Wars prequel trilogy, Attack of the Clones. What year did it come out? You're giving away all the answers. Man, who is that guy? 2002 is Attack of the Clones. And then the third one in the prequel trilogy, probably the most popular, is what? And what year did it come out? You can come up and answer if you want to. Oh, we got more people who want to play trivia. Revenge of the Sith. What year did it come out? 2005 is correct. Then we had another gap. And then Disney purchased Lucasfilm. What is the first film that Disney released under the Star Wars umbrella, and what year did it come out? It is The Force Awakens. What year did it come out? Anybody know? 2015 is correct. 2015. All right, what came out after The Force Awakens? In what year? Oh, your hand's up. Even though you're scratching your nose, it doesn't matter. What film came out after The Force Awakens? Listen to your friends. They probably know. Rogue One is correct. Good job. And then, do you know what year it came out? Someone help. I'll give you a hint. It's the year the Cubs won the World Series. 2016. Very good. Very good. All right, what came out after Rogue One and what year? The Last Jedi, 2017. Very, very good. And then we've got the next film. I've got a really good feeling about this film. What year did it come out? Solo. Do you know what year? 2018. And then the last existing film so far in the Star Wars canon is what movie? The Rise of Skywalker. Do you know what year? 2019 is correct. Let's hear it for all of our winners and participants.
Listening to Coffee with Kenobi, you are. With Dan Z, the podcast you're looking for. This is. Yes.
All right, now we've got Mr. Gross, who's going to sidle on up here. Oh, yeah, this will be quick. So, Mr. Gross, this is the architect, the Sith Lord of Steam into Star Wars. Done a terrific job. Tell us how this has grown over the years. This is the 8th year doing it. Tell us how it's grown.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is. I'm just going to take that from you. I'm not going to give it back. Oh, I mean, so over the 8 years, we've gone from a small, one podcast show to bringing in artists and authors and vendors and game demonstrations, all that kind of stuff. The prizes get better and bigger, and we just have a blast. It's just a fun time, and gone from Star Wars Reads Day to Steam into Star Wars.
Right. So, and the turnout has been absolutely amazing. You've added a bunch of new things to the entire program. We've got food. We've got more vendors. What else has happened? You mentioned the food. I love that aspect. We extended the hours this year from usually we close up shop around noon, and this year we added a couple extra hours, mainly to get more game demos in. And I've always felt like on Saturdays there are families that have really busy mornings with practices or youth games and sports and things like that. So I thought staying open till 2:00 gives them the opportunity to come in for a little while and win some prizes, have some fun, and meet the artists and the vendors. And so, those are probably the biggest things that have changed. And I've just been super impressed at how busy the game demonstrations have been. We added square footage by bringing in a second room to this. We have a beautiful multi-purpose room here, but we needed more space for some things, and so we added a balcony to our main gym, the Torrey Gymnasium, and it's been great. Well, you're pretty great yourself. Thank you so much, Tom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We've got a couple of announcements. Yeah, absolutely. Please get up from the show. So we've got a couple of announcements. We're going to keep things going. So I'm going to end the show a little early, but thank you so much, everybody, for coming to Coffee with Kenobi Live. You can find Coffee with Kenobi anywhere you listen to podcasts: Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and, of course, all things on coffeewithkenobi.com. You can join me on the live show on YouTube and Facebook at 7:00 p.m. on Tuesday nights. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show.
This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or Lucasfilm Limited. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars, all names, sounds, and any other Star Wars-related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Disney and their respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Coffee with Kenobi unless otherwise indicated.
This is the podcast you're looking for.